Okay. October, November 2018, paper 3, variant 3. يلا. Question 1. ماشي. We have a large container, okay, أو tank containing water, okay, it has some drops of water. A student measures the time interval between two drops of water hitting the ground. She uses a stopwatch and repeats the procedure. On the line below each stopwatch, state the time reading shown in seconds. يلا. Each reading in seconds. أول واحدة. First one كام؟ هم. يلا. الريدنج in seconds هنا.
84.
1. 84.
No, لا يا شباب, this is seconds and this is 1 per 100. يعني this is
ايه
1.24
ده؟
second.
ماشي.
60.2.
Okay. هنا it's 1.14 seconds.
دي seconds ماشي.
It's
1.16.
it's already in seconds, 1.16 seconds. Calculate the average time interval. How can I find the average time interval?
من بلس بعض over 3.
بالظبط, يبقى 1.24 plus 1.14 plus 1.16 over 3. I guess ده هيبقى 1.18.
اه
Okay, 1.18 seconds. Okay, good. Another student measures the average time taken for a drop of water to fall from the tank to the ground. Time taken is 1.6 seconds. How can I find the average speed?
Total distance or total time?
صح, average speed. يلا. Total distance over total time. Total distance is what? بص كده فوق.
فوق.
ها.
12 متر 12 متر
12 meters over the total time is
1.6
1.6. يبقى 12 divided by 1.6 is
7.5.
1.5.
7.5 meters per second. تمام. يلا. Next question هنا PQ. Determine the distance fallen between P and Q. What's the distance fallen between P and Q? يلا. ايه distance fallen؟ هنعملها ازاي؟ How should I do it?
ينفع بس تطلع الجراف كده اصلا
هنقول ايه؟ Distance fallen. How can I calculate it?
راح فين؟
Distance is ايه يا شباب؟ Distance is the area under the graph. هنا the area between P and Q, okay, starting هنا and ending at this point. يلا.
يبقى لينس تايم ويتس هتبقى
Length times width. حلو. What's the length and what's the width?
الويتس هيبقى 0.75
صح,
واللينس
0.75.
واللينس 4.5.
والlength 4.5. يلا, جميل. يبقى area under the graph 0. يعني length times width, which is 0.75 times 4.5. Final
3.375.
3.375, أو we can write it as 3.4.
3.4.
Okay, 3.375. Okay, good. A suit has a piece of metal that has an irregular shape. The weight of the metal is 3 newtons. Find the mass. How can I find the mass?
3 over 9.8.
يلا. Mass equals weight over gravitation
3 divide
station.
9.8.
3 divided by 9.8. يلا تبقى
0.31.
0.31 kilograms. جميل. Describe how to determine the volume of the metal. يلا. How can I determine the volume of the metal?
هنحط
اد
الوتر في الميجرنج سيلندر، بعد كده
يبقى
نشوف الفوليوم، بعد كده نحط الميتال ونشوف الفوليوم ونعمل لهم الاتنين ماينس بعض.
okay, حلو. Very easy. Add some water to the measuring cylinder. يلا. Water to the measuring cylinder. And take the reading of the volume. Okay. I'll take the reading of the volume V1. بعدين add the metal to the measuring cylinder. okay, and measure the volume. I'll take the volume of the لازم احنا هنا we have to say the metal and hmm, metal and ايه بقى and the water, and we will name it V2. يلا the volume of the water, sorry, volume of the metal equals V2 minus V1. Okay, yeah, that's it. Quite easy. Explain why the procedure is not suitable for finding the volume of a piece of wood. Why is it not suitable for finding a piece of wood? Hmm. It will
ممكن
happen.
عشان
Hmm.
ممكن عشان الوود ده هيفلوت على الوتر.
بالظبط الwood will float. Yes, the wood floats. حلو. The mass of another piece is 405. The volume 150. Calculate the density. Density equals. يلا.
mass
mass
over
over volume.
Mass over volume. The mass is 405 and the volume is 150. يلا. Include the unit. What's the density?
4.7
2.7. الunit.
جرام سنتيمتر كيوبيك.
grams per centimeter cubed. حلو. Figure 3.1 shows devices that generate electricity. Describe how these devices generate electricity. طبعا we already know it. How do these devices generate electricity?
wind moves turbine turbine generates electricity.
طيب يبقى wind moves the turbine using the kinetic energy. صح. wind rotates the turbine using kinetic energy. The turbine برضو rotates the generator. Okay, which produces ايه بقى? Which produces electrical energy. Yeah. Describe the advantages and disadvantages of generating electrical energy by using a coal-fired power station. I need two advantages and two disadvantages of
واحدة high energy output.
high energy output. Okay. دي اللي هي بتاعت ايه؟
الانرجي اللي هي coal fired power station دي.
Okay. يبقى advantages high energy output.
ده للكول، يعني احنا بنقول المفروض نقول للكول ولا نقول للويند؟
بتاع الكول، ما هو يقول لك describe two advantages and disadvantages of generating electricity using a coal-fired power station.
ماشي.
يبقى high energy output. What else?
ريلايبل.
Reliable. Yes.
والفيول cheap.
disadvantage إن هي non-renewable
Yes.
و high
Disadvantage.
initial cost.
وبوليوشن
واسيد رين.
لا بصوا don't say high initial cost. طبعا non-renewable عشان يعني
causes pollution.
causes pollution، بس احنا we need to be very specific. يعني what type of pollution؟ نقول له مثلا carbon dioxide
air pollution.
air
pollution.
pollution.
برضو not just any air pollution. ممكن نقول carbon dioxide
واسيد
as
رين.
ممكن نقول contributes to acid rain. مثلا it can help in the greenhouse effects
global
greenhouse
warming.
gases, global warming.
هو ينفع في
yes.
الادفانتج اللي احنا قلنا هو شيب او رخيص يعني؟
cheap لا.
ليه؟
هنا يعني بلاش don't talk about don't talk about the cost. okay لان هم يعني both of them are not that
بس هو
cheap.
على حسب يعني مزاج الماركت سكيم.
على حسب مزاج الماركتنج سكيم. لا هو يعني بص هو usually واحنا when comparing to energy sources احنا we don't talk that much about the cost. okay. non-renewable and احنا قلنا what did we say causes
اسيد رين
carbon
او جرين
carbon
هاوس افكت.
dioxide pollution. okay. او acid rain او greenhouse effects. يلا حلو. good. next question. state of matter. يلا. Write the name of state of matter in each empty box.
solid gas.
طبعا هنا solid. Yes, برافو. هنا gas. حلو. What about the arrows?
واحدة melting و condensation.
Okay. أول واحدة melting. Gas to liquid is condensation. These statements are about particles in a liquid. Two correct statements. Huh? Which are the two correct statements? Hmm.
Similar distances.
Similar distances, yes. Hmm. What else? Hmm. What
I think
else?
move randomly بس أنا مش متأكدة بصراحة.
They do move randomly. هو fixed position ده solid صح؟ are as far as gas لا غلط. Are in a regular pattern لا غلط. Okay, these are wrong. These are the two only correct answers. Which of these is the amplitude? Hmm.
A.
A. What do I mean by frequency?
number of waves produced in 1 second.
يلا number of waves per second. حلو. هنا I have a spring. State the type
longitudinal.
of the wave in the spring. طبعا longitudinal صح؟
و other example transfers.
لا.
أيوة هو عايز type of wave.
So,
this type of wave.
of
ماشي
this
يعني.
type of
Okay.
wave. Huh? What is a very famous longitudinal wave? Hmm. A very famous longitudinal wave. Sound.
Spring.
ما هو خلاص, this is the spring. Huh? Another very famous one is the sound wave. Use the scale to determine the wavelength of the spring. Use this scale to determine the wavelength of the spring. يلا. Let's zoom in شوية. How can I find the wavelength of the spring using this scale? وطبعا wavelength
نشوف.
ها
ماشي نشوف من ال
ايوه
الريفlection للريفlection أو
compression to compression
Compression
ممكن يبقى
diffraction.
easier. Yes. Okay. هنا the center of this compression هنا and the center of this compression I guess جاي هنا. طيب from the center of this compression to the center of this compression من كام لكام؟
من 0.4 ل 1.4. يعني
اوكي هو
نقولها.
this is just above 0.4 يعني I can say 0.45 and
والتانية برضو قبل اللي قبلها سنة لو كده.
ماشي او 1.4 1.35 يعني it's okay. Okay, both could be okay. يعني انا مش شايفها 1.4. انت if you say 1.35 it would be also okay. طيب the distance between them أنا I would say let's use 1.35 for example. 1.35 minus 0.45 is
0.9.
0.9. بس 0.9 what's the unit هنا؟
دي
متر.
100
هنحولها
أهو.
لسنتيمتر هتبقى 90 أو
هتبقى
بالظبط.
90
times 100 exactly تبقى 90 centimeters. Correct. That's correct. يلا. Moving on to the next question. Label the angle of incidence. Where's the angle of incidence? Hmm.
ما بين
Where,
النورمال
yes, between the normal and the ray. صح? This is I. Complete the path of the ray until it hits the screen.
هيبقى ماشي جوه بس
Hmm.
يعني.
Will it
أقرب
continue on?
للنورمال لاين. أقرب
Yes,
للنورمال
it will bend towards the normal line. وبعدين as it goes
كده.
away برضو it will bend downwards كده. طبعا using يا شباب using a ruler. Do not use your hands. Uh,
اه هو
hmm.
هو ازاي مش احنا بنقول اللي هو ان هو لو اتعمل له ريفراكشن وبعدها طلع من اللي هو مثلا جاي من الاير
Hmm.
للجلاس مثلا واتعمل له ريفراكشن وبعدها طلع من الجلاس
طيب هنا we have a
هيكمل
normal.
عادي صح؟
لا هنا في normal صح.
إيه؟
طيب initially the angle of incidence هنا I يعني don't draw this I يعني. بس هنا this is the angle of incidence.
إيه؟
Inside the prism the angle of incidence is small. Outside the prism the angle of refraction is large صح. ف whenever you're moving from the angle from a more dense medium to the less dense medium, what happens to the wave or what happens to the angle, it increases, moves away from the normal صح. moves away from the normal عشان كده it bends downwards في البريزم. That's why it bends downwards. Okay. طيب the ray of
dispersion.
green light, the white light splits بالظبط, it's called dispersion. Say the color that is refracted most.
violet.
violet.
Yes, violet. حلو. Next question. يلا. Sound. Faster, slower, same speed.
same.
لا slower.
لا
طبعا
slow.
slower. طبعا
ماشي.
sound and
ايوه ايوه
light. Healthy
ماشي.
human ears can hear
20 to
20 to
20,000.
20,000.
yes 20 to 20,000. Increasing the amplitude will do what? Amplitude.
It's loudness.
Loudness. Yes. Amplitude has to do with the loudness of the sound. An echo is produced
when sound reflected.
reflected صح, not refracted. طبعا it is reflected. It hits the wall and it reflects back. ماشي. هنا I have a bar magnet underneath the paper. Student sprinkles iron fillings onto the paper. Label the position of each pole on the magnet. Use the label N for the north pole and S for the south pole. Okay. يعني I can write N and S at any position, and يعني you can write the N مثلا on the left and the S on the right, or you could flip them. Okay. بعدين draw one magnetic field above and one magnetic field below. Okay. اهو one magnetic field above and one magnetic field below. One arrow to show the direction. One arrow to show the direction. Direction is always ايه بقى? From the
from
north
north to
to
south.
south بس. يلا. State the name given to the device above. What is this device called? Hmm. What is the name of this device? Hmm. Does anyone know?
تقريبا AC motor.
لا. بص it can't be
يعني
AC
كانت حاجة
أصلا.
اس، بس أنا ناسي اسمها.
نعم.
لا ولا حاجة.
It can't be an AC motor. ليه؟ عشان احنا we have a battery and the battery always produces a DC current. Okay. But it cannot be AC خالص. And this is not a motor عشان it doesn't move. This is called an electromagnet يا جماعة. You forgot about the electromagnet. Okay. Electromagnet. اهو. What's an electromagnet؟ اهو a soft iron rod, coil, switch, battery. خلاص. This is the electromagnet. Okay. ماشي. The student puts one end of the device just above a pile of iron fillings. He closes the switch for a short time and then opens it again. Describe the effect this has on the iron fillings. Huh. When I close the switch for a short time and then I open it again. What happens?
الايرون فيلينجز هتقع او دروب وبعدها تروح معمول اتراكت تاني.
لا العكس. Initially when I close بص كده when I close the
اه اه
switch
اه فهمت.
صح. When I close the switch initially يعني there's a current in the coil, so initially the pins okay or the iron fillings they get attracted. Iron fillings okay get attracted
مستر بتعمل لها تراكت عشان magnetic field بيبقى حوالين
بالظبط because there's a magnetic field induced in the iron core, you can say so, due to the current in the coil. Yes, you can say that.
مثلا. طب انا عندي سؤال بس يعني هو هحب تبقى في الحته اللي شبه دي بس مش موجود هنا، اللي هو لما مثلا بيبقى فيه مش عارف زي اميتر او حاجه كده زي بوينتر بيتحرك،
مم.
فبيقول لما كلوز بيبقى سويتش ايه اللي هيحصل
طيب
للبوينتر ده.
حلو حلو I guess ممكن يبقى في question هنا. لو مفيش أنا I will tell you أول ما نخلص. Okay. Iron fillings get attracted and then okay fall again. Okay. طيب the student بقى بصوا هنا there is the trick. Removes the soft iron and replaces it with the steel rod. Again, he does the same. He closes the switch for a short time and then opens it again. What's the difference now?
الايرون فيلينج مش
اه
هتقع
عشان
عشان
الستيل رود
بقى
بيرمننت
بيرمننت
بقى.
ماجنت.
برافو عليك. Yes, iron fillings will get attracted. Oh, get attracted and remain. Oh, and remain يبقى attracted to the steel bar. They will remain attracted to steel bar. ليه؟ علشان الستيل بار دلوقتي it is a permanent magnet. Okay? Remain attached to the steel bar. Okay. حلو. دلوقتي I have a circuit A1, A2, and A3. A1 is 0.6 amperes. How can I find A2 and A3? ها يلا suggest the value for A2 and A3. يا بقى.
بيقول
0.0.6.
الاثنين المفروض الاثنين زي بعض.
Yes,
يعني اقول
0.6
مثلا
and 0.6. They have to all be the same number. Why? Because it is a series circuit. Okay, it's a series circuit. The resistance of each lamp is 20 ohms. Determine the combined resistance of the two lamps.
40.
40 بالظبط. 20 plus 20 يبقى 40 ohms. Because they are in series. طيب the circuit is changed. The two lamps are connected in parallel. Compare the current from the power supply with the current in each lamp. The current from the power supply with the current in each lamp.
هو المفروض لما يبقوا بارallel هيبقى الريزيستنس اقل من 20 صح؟
The resistance will be less than 20. So what about the current?
increase.
يبقى current is more. صح. The current in the power supply is more than each lamp. Okay. Compare the resistance of one lamp in the circuit with the combined resistance of lamps in parallel. يلا انت you just said ايه بقى? If they are in parallel أو if they are in each lamp, how can I compare the resistance of each lamp with them both in parallel? Hmm. Any ideas? انت you just said it حرفيا.
اللي هي اقل من 20.
يعني the total resistance of them in parallel is less. So each lamp is more. اهو each lamp is more than the combined resistance بس. That's it. Then the combined resistance. طيب a different series circuit contains 140 ohm resistor. Current is 0.3 amperes. Find the potential difference. State the unit.
اي تايم ار.
V equals IR. Yes, 0.3 times 140, which would be 42, I guess.
صح.
ماشي. What's the unit?
في
فولت. في.
V. Hmm.
فيوز.
What is this called?
فيوز.
No.
اه لا، دي مش فيوز، صح، دي ريزيستور.
الريزيستور.
بالظبط. Fixed resistor أو resistor بس. Fixed resistor. What's the purpose of a fixed resistor? What is the purpose of a fixed resistor?
ديكريس الكرنت اللي بيعدي ولا؟
بالظبط صح اهو.
يعني
Decrease the current. بس that's it. طب هنا I have an electric motor أو fan يعني driven by a motor و يعني this cooker hood removes the steam from the kitchen ماشي whatever. Then I have a circuit. What's the type of electrical supply used by the cooker hood? Electrical supply. What is this type? Hmm. What's the type of this power supply? Huh. Any ideas? مفيش ideas خالص. طيب this is called an AC يا شباب. This is an alternating current. طب when do I know it's a alternating current? When you have this wave, this is called an alternate. طب what's the difference? A DC current would have been a battery or a cell, okay? A DC current would have been a battery or a cell, but an AC current is, or an alternating current is this small wave, okay? Switch S is closed. Switch T is moved to position Y. And I closed switch S, with T is a moved to position Y. State the name of any components that are switched on. What are the components that are switched on in this arrangement? Hmm. What are the components that are switched on in this arrangement? Hmm. يلا. Hmm. Any ideas يا شباب؟
اللامب تقريبا.
اللامب صح، and the motor. The lamp and the motor اهو. The current can pass from T to Y going through the motor. Then the current can pass through the lamp as well.
طب مستر، طب هو الريزيستنس اللي موجود ده هيفرق ولا الكرنت لازم يعدي عليه ولا؟
ما هو in this arrangement هو he said ايه switch T is moved to position Y. When switch T moves to position Y, will the current pass through the resistor? لا. Okay. بص at the next question. When switch T is moved to position Y, or from position Y to position Z, now the resistor will be switched on. صح. Now a current will pass through the resistor. Suggest how this change affects the motor. How will
انه
this change?
هيوصل
بصراحة احنا خدنا
له
الموتور ده اصلا في
هيوصل
الناس
له كرنت
يعني.
عادي.
استنى. How will this affect the motor? هو very simply يا شباب، يعني very simply what will
كرنت
happen to
عادي
the.
هيوصل لموتور.
بالظبط، ممكن you can say current so it slows down بس. So it ايه slows down. That's all you need to say. Okay. ماشي. طيب electrical appliances with metal cases. بصوا يا شباب، the keyword is what? The keyword is metal cases. Can become dangerous if there is a fault. Suggest a hazard and describe a safety feature to reduce the danger. What is a hazard? Or how can I prevent myself from this hazard? Or how can I prevent any dangers from this hazard? Huh? What is
آه
one major hazard?
الميجر هازارد ان ال
الكتريك شوك.
الكرنت يعلى قوي، ايوه يبقى في
لا مش كنت على electric shock.
الكتريك
Yes.
شوك.
electric shock.
والسيفتي فيتشر هتبقى في فيوز بقى.
لا خلي بالك انت السيفتي feature of the electric shock is not the fuse, it's the earth wire. Okay, it's the earth wire. Safety feature of the high current, okay, او of the heating effect or whatever is the fuse. لكن the safety feature of the electric shock is the earth wire. Okay. ماشي. Next question. There is a current in coil WXYZ. The direction of the current is shown by the arrows on figure 11.1. Draw an arrow to show the direction of the force acting on side WX and an arrow on YZ to show the force as well. بص. This question, okay, you are not required into as core students. You are not required to know the direction of rotation. Okay, you're only required to know that one of them will move upwards and the other one will move downwards. Okay, but why does he have this question here? Because this is variant 3. Variant 3 is always يعني super hard. Okay, بس انتوا you are not required to know. يعني you will never have a question in your exam telling you والله I need you to know the direction of rotation. Will it rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise? ولا will this wire move upwards ولا will this wire move downwards؟ لا أنا for example I will tell you
مش
that
المفروض يبقى انتي كلوك وايز صح؟
WX will move upwards. أنت you're not required to know. Okay? Did he say anti-clockwise? Hmm? Did he state any يعني any ها هل he said anti-clockwise؟ لا. أنا if I tell you that WX moves upwards, in which direction will W أو YZ move?
داونوردز.
Downwards بس. That's what you need to know. طيب for example, if I tell you that the battery was switched or that the current was reversed, how would they move? Can you tell me now?
العكس، الدبليو اكس هو اللي هيبقى لتحت والزد هو اللي
Yes.
فوق.
بالظبط. Okay. بس you are not required to know the actual direction on your own. I can give you a hint and then you can know the rest. طيب, state 3 ways of increasing the turning effect. How can I increase the turning effect in the motor? يلا.
increase the current,
Increase the current.
increase the magnetic field,
يلا. Increase the current. Increase magnetic field strength. ها.
increase number of coil.
Increase the number of turns. يلا. Increase the number of turns in the coil. حلو. Good. Again, why was WX upwards? I'm telling you it's upwards, okay? طب are you required to know that WX has to be upwards or that YZ has to be downwards؟ لا. بس if I tell you that WX is upwards, then you must know that YZ is downwards. If I, for example, tell you that WX was downwards, then you must know that YZ is upwards. But that's what you are required to know. Okay? طيب. Can I find the number of turns in the secondary coil? Yes, I have everything. I have the
V
prime.
S over N S equal V P over N P.
طيب VP over NP equals VS over NS. يلا. What's the VP?
هو عايز في بي اصلا.
هو عايز VP أصلا ما شاء
لا
الله.
هو عايز ان بي، مش هو عايز ان بي صح ماشي.
لا
ماشي.
لا هو he wants the NS not the
برايمري
NP.
ماشي، برايمري سكندري
He wants the NS. يلا. VP. Do I have the VP? فيش VP. 225. This is the primary voltage, the input voltage. Do I have the NP? Yes, 4000. طيب. Do I have the VS, the output voltage? Yes, 4.5. And what's remaining is the NS. Cross multiply 225 times 4.5 divided by 4000 would give me what بقى؟ Yeah. I guess 80 maybe. 80 turns. Yeah, moving on to the last question. What do I mean by an isotope?
Atoms that have same number of protons but different mass number.
Oh, same number of protons, but different mass number or different number of neutrons or different nucleons. Different number of neutrons. طيب. Describe it releases a beta particle. Describe the relative ionizing effect and the relative penetrating effect or penetrating ability of a beta particle. The ionizing effect of the beta particle. Let's compare it, for example, to the alpha. Let's compare it to an alpha particle. What is its relative ionizing effect?
نقول more or less يعني.
امم
ionizing هتبقى less.
يبقى less ionizing اهو than alpha or weaker than alpha. طيب, what about the relative penetrating ability of the beta.
مور
هاير
مور
ذان الفا.
أو ماشي يلا more penetrating ability. يلا ability than alpha.
وعادي برضو لو مثلا في الايونايزنج دي قال هاير ذان بيتا، صح؟ زي
higher
زي
than
الجاما.
gamma. Yes
اه
ممكن نقول higher than gamma and penetrating ability less than gamma. Yes. طيب. A sample of rock contains some uranium. The half-life of uranium is 23 minutes. Describe the fraction. بصوا describe the ايه؟ The fraction of uranium that remains after 46 minutes. طيب. What's the first step that I should do? What is the first step that I should do? Hmm. يلا احنا we know that the first step is 46 divided by 23 صح, which will give me what, 2 half lives. What do I mean by 2 half lives? يعني I must divide by 2 how many times? 2 times. يلا I must divide by 2 how many times? 2 times. طيب. What will I divide by 2 times? Do I have a number that I will divide by 2 times? Hmm. Do you have, for example, the
الفراكشن.
initial mass, or do you have the يعني initial mass, أو do you have, for example, the initial count rate or whatever?
هعمل ديفايد للمفروض 239 عشان اقول الفراكشن.
طب fraction remaining, how should I do it? And I will start off with 1. Why with 1? عشان this is the whole number. This is the initial whole number of anything. يعني whatever, okay, you can do. Okay, this is the initial whole number of whatever, يعني whatever fraction we have. What will I do with this one? I will divide by 2. هيديني ايه؟ 1 over 2. طب can I divide by 2 again? ما أنا I have to divide by 2 times. يبقى it will give me 1 over 4. وعلى فكرة this is one of the very rare cases in physics that we write the answer as a fraction. عشان he told me that he wants the fraction remaining. Okay? يبقى تاني. Again, what did I do? I just divided by 1. I divided 1 by what? By 2. How many times? 2 times. 1 divided by 2 is 1 over 2. And then divided by 2 again is 1 over 4. And this is the fraction remaining. Okay? This is the amount remaining after how many half-lives? After 2 half-lives. Okay? If he asks, for example, about the percentage remaining, okay? Allah, the percentage remaining would be what? Would be 25%. إذا how did you find 25%? I started off with what? With 100%. I divided by 2 is what? 50%. And then divide by 2 again is 25%. That's the point. Okay? Okay. حلو.